Do you know what life would be like living in an isolated military base, traveling from country to country while taking care of two younger siblings? I don't. But Katya knows. She was unable to learn what life was like outside of the military base until the age of 11 when she moved to Portland, Oregon for middle school. Now, for only a short stay of 6 months, she returned back to Korea with the promise of going back to middle school in the US. But that promise never came to fruition. Her vision of attending school in the US would take a very drastic turn. Just a year later, she was informed that she'd be going to New Zealand for school, which she hated at first. Knew nothing about New Zealand, and she wasn't excited for it. But after a very short time and getting to know the area, she really grew into loving it. As a newly claimed Kiwi, she learned how to do the haka, which is a traditional dance and chant performed at special occasions, sporting events, and most notably the Olympics, if you guys have ever seen it. I saw it for the first time a couple of years back, and it's crazy for someone who doesn't know the culture of it. So if you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest you look at it. Now, outside the classroom, she participated in a lot of the national sports in New Zealand, such as rugby, netball, and even tried tennis for a little bit. She grew into liking a lot of new hobbies such as hiking, picnics, skydiving, and bungee jumping, which couldn't be me. But she found her true passion inside the classroom. She attended an all-girls Catholic high school where she really enjoyed her math and science classes. And once she graduated, she returned to the U.S. She applied to Colorado State University with a degree in biology, and she got accepted. But like her life so far, it's going to take another drastic turn. Now, during her first year at Colorado State, she got sick and returned to Korea to recover. Now, back home, she was away from a lot of the distractions and other obligations she had. So she had time to get to know herself and what she wanted to do in the future. Now, given her circumstances, she wanted to be productive, so she decided to open up a boutique-style hotel in a vacation area in Korea. She bought the land, designed the building herself, even hired an architect to help her with it. The whole process took around 3 years, 2 years to get the building permit, another 8 months to actually have the building finished. Until this day, she still operates and contributes to the business. Now, once she recovered, she returned to the US and now obviously attends Pepperdine University. Now, if you've learned anything from what I've been saying, her life has been nothing short of an adventure. All the obstacles she's faced deterred her from her expected career path, and yet she's still here. But what I've learned is that when one door closes, another door opens. So when she became sick, she thought her life would be going to the worst, but a better opportunity arose. She's learned to never regret anything because the past mistakes and the adversity that you face only makes you stronger. She contributes a lot of her success to her parents as they sacrificed a lot for her and her sisters to be here in America to study. Um, that benefited her not only academically, but also personally, as depending on yourself living in a new environment builds a lot of character. Now, after graduation, she isn't sure what she wants to do, whether to further her education or work right away, but no matter what she decides to do, she's going to have the same mindset she's always had. Live in the moment, make mistakes, and never regret anything because life never goes as